guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Nene of Ninja Canada Girl. How have you guys been? I can't believe it's 2024 already. Time certainly flies. How have you guys been? I mean, it's not too early to ask how your year has been, and I'm not even sure if to say Happy New Year. Now, is there a cut-off date to say Happy New Year? I read somewhere that you can't say Happy New Year after January 7th. I don't know if that's true, so let me know what you guys think. Do you have a cut-off date for saying Happy New Year? You could just leave a comment in the comment section. But yes, thank you guys for staying on my channel. If you're yet to subscribe, please hit the subscribe button, and you can share and like this video when it's done if it's content you'll be interested in or any other person you know will be interested in. And I'll be diving right into the topic of today. So today we're just really keeping it real. We're keeping it real. Life in Canada, it's moving to Canada, still worth it? Cost of living and all that. These are things that have given me concerns, and also a lot of people have talked about it. It's hard to stay in a room with people you don't even know for more than 10 minutes without certain things coming up, like the cost of living, taxes, and many other things that have made it a bit less enjoyable to be Canadian. Having said that, I'm gonna just do a quick rundown of some of the changes that have happened. Now, there are changes not only for people who live here in Canada, like the cost of living. There have also been a lot of changes and a lot of updates from IRCC that has made it even a bit more stringent and made the news a bit tighter for people to come in. So let's dive into some of them. Now, the people it seems to be hitting really hard right now are international students. There have been a couple of updates and changes that has kind of made it a bit harder. I know with express entry becoming less regular and the cutoff scores being higher, it's kind of been a comfort for people to be able to have a plan B and apply to come here as students. However, there has been a lot of changes that have impacted that or will impact that pretty hard. So let's talk about some of them. First of all, what do you guys think about the cap on study permits for provinces? So in case you didn't know, there is now a cap on the number of students that provinces can take in every year, can give study permits, so people who can come study. There's now a cap, and it's 35% less than what it used to be. What do you guys think? Personally, I think it's wild. I'm like, oh wait, what? But yeah, I want to know what you think. And there's also been a shift towards do I say more favorable shifts towards universities as compared to their counterparts, colleges. So now you can only apply for a spousal work permit if you're coming to a university. So what that means is, I mean, your spouse can only apply for a spousal work permit if the applicant or the student who has the actual application is coming here to study in a university. So what that means is, if you get an admission into a college and you're married, your spouse cannot apply to come here for a spousal work permit. I'm gonna keep going. And also, international students studying in colleges will now need a letter of attestation from their respective provinces to be able to submit a study permit. This wasn't always the case, but going forward, that's what it's gonna be. And then from September, some private schools will no longer offer postgraduate work permits to international students. So those are the ones that have the public curriculum. They won't be able to offer this as well. So it's more like everyone focus on universities, not private universities, not colleges. You know, and I think the fact that a lot of colleges had programs that students could come here to offer kind of made it a lot more easier and more affordable, because we all know how expensive universities can be. But having colleges as plan Bs to still navigate your path towards becoming a permanent resident eventually has always been comforting, right? And also now, international students who graduate from master's degree programs are eligible to apply for work permits. But this also depends on the duration of your program. So there's just been a lot of things happening, and it just seems like that news for people to move to Canada is tightening real fast. You know, I was speaking with a friend the other day, and I mean, we're here, we went through the process like 6 years ago, and we're Canadians, we are happy. I am happy, I can't even lie. Like, the access and all the benefits that has come with being a Canadian with my Canadian passport, I can't begin to mention. It's just something I feel like you need to experience, but it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. However, we also have issues, and do I say challenges, like the cost of living, the cost of food and all that, the cost of real estate, the increasing taxes. So these are things that even though we've crossed that bridge and yay, we're now Canadian, these are still things that happen here, and you're like, I'm certainly sure I made the right decision. I've never doubted that, but am I sure I can keep living here sustainably? Can I actually build a future? Can I actually stop living from paycheck to paycheck with this cost of living? So these are conversations that go on. Now, everywhere I go, I know obviously it's winter. So I would say it's the second favorite topic after the weather. So we'll talk about, oh, the weather has been so cold, or no, the weather hasn't been that cold this winter. And then the next thing is, oh my God, the cost of living, the cost of groceries, the increasing rents, increasing taxes. So what do you guys think? Because I feel I got to that place when I lived in Nigeria where I just kind of knew, like, okay, no, I have to go. I need to look for a brighter future. I need to look for a better opportunity. And that's how I started my Canada journey. Now, the challenges I have now are nothing compared to what I had then. The challenges are completely different. And I have crossed a bridge, I've reached a milestone that I would say I would always be happy for the rest of my life. But what is the way forward? So I'd like to know what you guys think. And that's why I said, this episode for me is just real talk. Now, in terms of what I think, because with everything happening, some people are like, so what is the point trying to apply to Canada? I waste my time on the process, and then I get there. I can't even be certain I'll get a job in my field or even a job at all. And I can't even be sure that the job will be enough to sustain my cost of living and all that. So what is the point? So personally, let's look at it this way, or that's the way I look at it actually. You have a different battle you fight right now. So if you've ever thought about, what, I need to leave my home country and go somewhere with better opportunities, better public service, better healthcare, and better access, being able to have a strong passport. If you've ever had that thought, then you're probably one of the people who have considered moving to Canada. Now, those are a separate set of challenges. Now, by the time you move to Canada, at least there are some battles you would not be fighting anymore. Personally, I would like to think that the battles I have right now are first world problems. I'm not talking about power. I'm not talking about traffic. I'm not talking about receiving crazy bills from the power company I can't justify. I'm no longer complaining about impromptu changes in policies that, could actually affect my very existence. So those aren't the battles I'm fighting now. So what I would say is, if you are already on this Canada journey, you're already on it. I know things have gotten tighter. The news is definitely tighter. There are less express entry, there are draws. Even the categories for provinces or the NOCs and jobs that are being accepted these days for NOCs are changing. There's a shift into things like agriculture, farming. I even saw the other time, I think a massage therapist occupation was one of the ones Ontario nominated for provincial nomination. So there is a crazy shift in so many things. So what I would say is, I would advise, if you're already in the process, stay on it. If you wanted to come here as a student and maybe this new changes to international students has affected your initial plan A, I feel you should come up with a plan B. Maybe this might be time to work with an immigration consultant, a credible immigration consultant, a licensed one who has proven credibility, high success rate in the past, or who just knows what they are doing, and they'll be able to explore your new options. Because as much as I can talk about the different new challenges I face being Canadian, guess what? I'm still Canadian. That won't change. The benefits that come with being Canadian, I still enjoy them. I want you to enjoy those benefits too. So I don't think you should lean back and, just shred all your documents and be like, what, to hell with this Canada thing. Personally, I feel it's still worth it. If you can stay on it, if you can get more innovative in your approach, follow up the updates, see what options there are, see what opportunities there are, see what the new trend is, and see if it's something you're able to get ready for. See if it's something you're able to align your resume, your experiences. See if you need to learn a new skill. Now they're putting a lot of priority on people in agriculture, people in farming. Is this something you want to consider? They're looking at people in fields that typically weren't considered. Check out what every province who does a regular provincial nomination wants. Go through their previous draws and see what professions they have been given this opportunity to apply to the province. Okay, so I feel you also need to innovate. It's more like innovate or die. Well, not death in the actual sense, but you know what I mean. So you just need to keep following up with the times and trends. As usual, I would leave links in the description box of credible immigration consultants you can reach out to. And having said all this, to be honest, I feel like there's still credible pathways that work. First of all, the express entry is still valid. It's not as often, it's not as regular, points might be high, but it's still there. People get nominated for this. So it's still always the first step to enter the pool. Don't just sit outside the pool and go, well, with everything happening in Canada, cost of living, what is the point even starting? Still get into the pool, right? The study pathways also is still an option. So yes, colleges might have been given a slap on the wrist and they aren't as attractive as they would typically be. But you can also see what opportunities there are. Okay, talk to an immigration consultant, see how you can walk around, the new processes and see how you can be eligible, And spousal sponsorship is also still the thing. As a matter of fact, I'm excited. Sometime in Q1, I'll be bringing someone to talk about the process of spousal sponsorship. So she had her spouse come here to join her as a permanent resident. So I can't wait to bring her on so we can talk about the process and you can know how that works. That's still an option. There is also the caregiver program. People don't talk a lot about the caregiver program, but this is a legitimate way people still come to Canada. I actually have a friend who came to Canada through the caregiver program, so I could try bringing her on the show or get some questions answered from her and share with you in a video. Okay, there's still the rural and northern immigration pilot going on. Okay, so guys, in conclusion, I said all that to say this: it is still worth it to move to Canada in 2024. You just have to be ahead of the game, get more innovative, stretch yourself a bit more, and always look for information and updates. Okay, I hope this was helpful, but above all, I just need your comments in the comment section. What do you think about the cost of living if you already live here? Do you have a plan B? Are you tempted to leave Canada? Please let me know in the comment section. Okay, I would like to know what you guys think as well, if you still think it's worth it moving to Canada in 2024. So thank you guys for watching as usual. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, share with people who might be interested. Until I come your way next time, take care of yourselves. Bye.